Hi everyone, this is Yannick from The Big Bounce Theory, and today we're going to talk about the top 10 add-ons for corporate bounce house rental. And we have a stats here for you. The biggest jumping castle ever made was built in Canada starting in 1994 and finished in 1996. A theatrical group performed Hamlet at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival inside of Bouncy Castles. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over the top 10 best add-ons for corporate event. Number 1, the most requested add-on for an event is food. You will always win with food. This is a no-brainer. Our very number 1 in food items is a cotton candy machine. Wherever you go, any corporate, any large event, you'll always see cotton candy. It's very popular, people like it, lots of sugar, kids are happy. It is very cheap for us to run this kind of machine because the product is fairly cheap and it's easy to make and it's quick, which is what people want. When we have a 4-hour event and they have 1,000 people to serve, you don't want each serving to take about a minute or 2 to be able to be ready. Number 2, face painting. Why face painting, you ask? Well, there's a lot to face painting and it just brings a whole other level to your event. Just from kids to adults, surprisingly, you would think adults don't really want to have their face painted, but they do. I would say about 60% of the time adults want face painted over kids. Why is it so popular? It's fun, it's unique, it's different. People like to have costumes sometimes, and they like to have their face painted to make it a full costume, and it's just different. You don't see this every day and you don't have access to those kind of things every day as well. So when kids or adults see this at events, they go crazy for them, and I would say this is the item with the longest lineup all the time. So if you see that there's face painting at an event, make sure you get there early. Number 3, glitter tattoo. Glitter tattoo is one of the more popular items for events because it's cheap, it's easy to do. We're talking we can get a glitter tattoo done in about 30 seconds. So we have large corporate events. This is very, very quick to get through the lines and people really enjoy them and they last for a long time on your body, up to about 7 days if you take good care of it. So this is very popular towards kids more than adults this time, but it's still very, very highly recommended. Number 4, balloon twisting or balloon animals. This is a very popular form of entertainment because it's more than art, it's skills as well. It's not always easy to twist a balloon without popping. Even for myself, I've tried before and I'm really not good at it. So it's not because we offer this, that means the owner can do it. It's really because it's something that's a really good seller for large events and it's in high demand all the time. And we have very highly skilled, trained staff to do those kind of events because we believe that having higher quality balloons and designs brings better clientele. Number 5, team building games. This is one of my personal favorites. I love team building games because it just brings so much fun, but also the chemistry within a company or even a community, just trying to race against each other or do the double basketball hoop where you have to get rid of all the balls on one side before the other one. And we have the joust as well, where 2 people get on a pedestal and have to fight each other and the first one off the pedestal wins. So this is really fun, especially if your boss is at the event. You can take a one-on-one with your boss and tell him once and for all who's the real boss. This is fun. Hey, could get you a raise next year. And we also have the very popular Toxic Meltdown, which this one can have up to 8 people at a time on the unit. And it's basically just kind of like the Wipeout game where there's just big arms turning around in 360, just non-stop at high speed, and you have to jump over them or bend underneath. This is very, very good games for corporate events because it brings big chemistry within the team. And as far as I've always heard, people really love this kind of game. Number 6, obstacle course. Well, I don't even know why this one is number 6, but I think it's because it's not really an add-on usually. It's always the first one that's booked on the quote. Obstacle course are the most popular game that you can have out there for corporate events. That is not an add-on. Usually if it's used as an add-on, it's because they have the bigger games, like a rock climbing wall or a toxic meltdown and such like that. But it brings a lot of joy in adults and kids together, and brings competitiveness as well. It's very, very fun for everyone, and it's just, I've got nothing else to say about that one. It's great. It's really great, and that's why it's on my top 10. Number 7, large combos. Usually, most companies is going to book an obstacle course or the toxic meltdown or such like that will try to book a large combo. Why? Because some younger kids may not want to be on the large obstacle course at the same time as the adults or the older kids. So this is just a no-brainer to have a large combo with an obstacle course at all time for any kind of larger events that has 3 or more inflatables on site. Number 8. Smaller combos for young kids to avoid large age group difference and conflict. Of course, as I just answered in the previous question, having a combo on site with different other units that are bigger or even smaller is always a good idea, because you want to make sure that the younger kids are not mixed with the older kids where there can be some injuries or just safety hazard in general. And you also want the smaller kids to have some time to have fun by themselves without having the big kids trying to show them that they're better than them. So this is really, really good way for you to have everyone have fun at the event all at the same time. And it's good diversity. This is all about diversity for those kind of events. You want to have different items on site. Number 9, tent, chairs, and tables. Those are great sellers for corporate events, because when it gets hot in the summer, you want to be covered and you also want to have a place to sit and eat. So this is just something that you need for all of those big events like this, especially tents, I would say. In the summer, it does get hot, or it could be raining, and you don't want your event to go in the water like this. You spent so much time trying to plan this event, you don't want this to just go down the drain in an instant because the rain starts coming. And finally, number 10, staff for supervision, peace of mind for the event organizer and the guests. So we're one of the only companies in the Edmonton area to offer large-scale supervision for all of our Bouncy Castles. So if you wanted 50 staff to supervise all of our 50 inflatables that we have on your site, we can accommodate that. Now this comes with a price, it's not cheap, but it does give you peace of mind, which is very, very, very helpful for large events, so that they don't have to think about trying to find the right staff or someone not showing up. We take care of that, and we're more than happy to do it. We love doing this. Again, this is all about logistics. So thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.